class-leading ride technology, designed and tested for Australian conditions. Get the right gear for your off-road adventure. Join the Tough Dog Pack today.
Just typical. We're just leaving the lookout, put into Google to head to the pub with no beer, Taylor's Arms.
Let me know what it's like, Nick, if we need to not go this way. Well, getting back down, that's going to be a little difficult.
So Cookie, what's going on?
Well, the producer said there was a shortcut to the pub. Never trust a man who says he's got a shortcut. And now we're stuck between a very steep hill and an insanely steep hill. And this is not going up it. So, we're doing a U-boat.
On a track that's how wide?
Yes. Full drive adventure. Here we are. Let us have some more of it.
What we're doing is spinning a camper trailer on the spot, right? And if you can see here, that's the drop off if the camper rolls backwards. So we're being very careful, using the winch.
Sorry, Mark.
Hold fire there, let's reposition that winch.
As you guys pull around, I'm going to move this chop on the back. Yes?
Yeah, well no, it should just go.
Bring the cruiser back here and start. Leash?
Yeah.
We need to start pushing on this side of the trailer forward.
Yeah.
So have you got a chop behind that wheel?
Yeah, that wheel's chock's good enough. That's fine. Behind the scenes action, eh?
It's the track that keeps on giving. See, this was actually recommended by Google.
This is Google's route.
This is Google's route. How the hell does Google know where this is?
Google now goes up in the book because they apparently now have four-wheel drive tracks on board. However, when we actually consulted our HEMA after, there was a lot of contour lines, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Probably should have checked that first.
The problem is, Google knew we wanted to get to the pub, and it's saying, you guys are alcoholics, you shouldn't be going so fast. We'll throw a few obstacles in the way.
It did. Well, look, let's see how we go from here, getting to the pub. We're gonna, I'm gonna throw this on Cookie's camper trailer and show you what happens. Okay.
Yep, you're done. Good.
And there we go.
That's 3 from 3 with that hitch.
Well done, Cookie.
Adventure. We love it. Now I get to go down a hill.
The hill is pretty gnarly.
He just made it up.
And he just made it up the hill as you saw before. So now he's got to go down that with the camper. The Tough Dog 200 is it's actually the boss's car. Don't know if you realise that, but Dave's driving John the boss's car and he said, don't scratch it, don't get it too dirty. So what has he done? Hasn't scratched it yet. I say yet because you never know with Cookie. But it is pretty dirty. It's running the opposite lock bar on the front, King 1 winch underneath, Tough Dog suspension obviously, and a set of muddies. So and the snorkel. That's all this 200 has. It's not heavily modified, and Dave's shown on this trip that you can really go some places in it. So I guess this is what you get from the director's cut of what goes on in the Offroad Adventure Show. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit not planned most of the time. The actual crew car, and that's why I'm using a little Osmo, is they're gone to the pub. They left us here. They just said, you guys sort it out. We're going to the pub. Apparently they said that they're doing that so they can order the meals before we get there, but I feel like they just wanted to drink. Cookie, what do you think?
I guarantee you that's what's happened. But you know what? That crew's earned it. They've worked hard all day. Except this producer.
Oh, come on. No, director. That's why this is director's cut.
Alrighty. So, right at this moment, I should be in a pub, having a hard-earned beer. It is currently 7:40, and we have just turned the trailer around. Thank God for that. Because we're stuck between a very steep hill and an insanely steep hill that I'm not going to make it up. So, Now we're heading back to go back down the insanely steep hill, but I only just made it up a minute ago. Don't get me wrong, I love the adventure, but also I really like my beer at the end of the day.
We're going to see how Cookie goes getting down the hill. There he is, the big 200. I think we're going to put him to the side up here so Borgie can go down first and see what happens, eh? Up here, Cookie. Well, this is what we're going to get the camper down with the 200. Pretty steep. Hopefully it goes all good. Pretty loose as well.
No, I know I've been joking about it the whole time, but it's times like this where technology really comes into its own, because I've got a crawl feature in here for hill descent and I will be using every single bit of it. Let's see what happens. Alrighty. You hear all that noise in there? That's actually my hill control doing its job and just easing me over the edge here. I'm actually going to even turn it down a bit slower to make sure.
Using the trailer to stop himself. So that trailer brakes, just locking on, kind of intentionally, because he's trying to keep the trailer behind. Letting it slide. He's letting the trailer do its work. So he's doing the right thing here.
Just getting some direction. Getting some direction from the crew as I come over the top here.
Pretty sketchy little hill for a camper trailer and a 200. But Cookie's got it covered. You can go left now, Cookie. You're good.
I've made it down. So now, touch wood, it should be a fairly easy run to the pub. I love this type of thing.
Fun and games. This has been another episode of the Offroad Adventure Show Director's Cut. This time brought to you by Tough Dog.